What's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into the colorful world of hair to answer the burning question, what is balayage? So balayage is basically a highlighting technique that started in France back in the 1970s. Fun fact, the word balayage actually means to sweep in French. Pronounced balayage, balayage. I think it's safe to say that there was never any French in my academics. Anyways, the cool part of balayage is that the variations are completely limitless and totally customizable. This technique is all about mimicking how the sun naturally lightens your hair, ultimately giving you that effortless, sun-kissed, dimensional look you've always been dreaming of, because that's what everyone dreams of, right? Why has balayage become one of the top highlight techniques for literally everyone? Because it grows out beautifully, requires super low maintenance, and always looks absolutely stunning. I'm telling you, even when you need your hair colored, you're gonna get compliments, I promise. Everything changed when Instagram hair transformation started blowing up. Back in 2015, we began seeing wild color changes go viral all over social media. It was pretty insane. You would see someone go from dark brunette hair to super light blonde all in one single day. Talk about a mind-blowing shift in the hair game. This threw everyone for a loop, honestly. Now, while it's not impossible to achieve these dramatic looks, the classic balayage technique does not really vibe with this instant transformation trend. But don't worry, because humans will always adapt, and since balayage was such a popular look at this time, foilyage was introduced. Think of it as balayage with a little bit of a twist. Foilyage combines balayage techniques with foils to create a high lifted balayage effect, kind of like balayage on steroids, if you will. Foilyage totally revolutionized the hair game because it lets you apply lightener to virgin dark hair, lifting out most of the warmth that's in dark hair. This essentially gives you a blank canvas, allowing you to play with controlled warm tones. Now, this is a lot of fun because a lot of times you're combating warm tones, trying to neutralize. This way, you're able to control warm tones. Nerdy color theory is what that is. Something that you don't need to understand. I'm sure at this point you're probably asking, why is everyone obsessed with this look? I'm sure you're hearing it everywhere. It's been such a trending word for so long. But the answer is pretty simple. It's because it's a super low maintenance color and it looks really natural. Honestly, the best way to put it is it kind of looks like you just got back from a sunny holiday. You know what I mean? You know when you get back from a sunny holiday and you come back and you feel golden, glowy, rich, expensive. That's exactly what it looks like. Not only does balayage look natural, but it also grows out natural looking. So you really only need a full highlight once every 9 to 12 months, which to me seriously sounds like the most ideal hair color timeline. Am I right? Just keep in mind that maintenance for this type of color is basically just face frames once every 6 months and gloss treatments, which can be done every 8 to 12 weeks to keep everything looking fresh and seamless. Now, check this out. This is a 6-month grow out touched up with just a face frame and a gloss, and it looks like a fresh highlight. Wow. It looks like we redid her entire highlight. We did not. We did not. It's mind-blowing. I know at this point you're probably feeling a bit overwhelmed with all of this information, but please don't worry. It's not that big of a deal. The best way to find out what's right for your specific hair is to consult with a professional colorist. When you're doing this, just try to stay calm. We don't love Karens in our chair. I mean, unless you're a sweet Karen. You know, most importantly, you gotta just focus on what to ask for. There are so many times in the salon where people come in and they don't really know the right verbiage or what to even say. Sometimes people are so clueless. Sometimes they don't even know ash from warmth or long from short. There's a lot of language barrier in the salon. So instead of coming in and saying, I want a balayage, like,
I want a balayage. I want a balayage.
try asking for lived-in color that's low maintenance, natural looking, and sun-kissed. If you bring in pictures or videos, keep them to a minimum. Pick 3 of your favorites and highlight what you love about each one. And keep in mind, if you're gonna get this type of color, be ready to spend some quality time in the salon with your colorist. Just so you know, Instagram has created this culture of instant hair transformations, which is kind of bittersweet for everyone. But the bitter reality is that most of these videos you're seeing online are 20 to 30 seconds. You're not really seeing the entire 6 to 7 hour process. So people don't really understand how brutal it can be for all parties involved. But if it's done correctly, you only need to do this once a year. While one-day transformations are possible, remember good things always take time. Always. The length of your appointment really depends on factors like hair thickness, color history, and your desired outcome. This process can take anywhere from 4 to 10 hours, people. Be ready. And don't forget to bring your bestie patience and maybe some snacks because you will get hangry. Now I'm sure everyone wants to know price, so let's talk money. The cost for low maintenance dimensional color, aka balayage, can swing anywhere from $400 to $1,200.
Wow.
Now, before anyone drags me, keep in mind that this price range only applies in the United States, specifically in the Los Angeles area. Also, remember prices depend on hair density, length, and hair goals. If you're looking at a color correction, expect multiple appointments and a lot of time invested. And to be completely honest, a lot of money invested. Keep in mind that subtle looks are usually a little less pricey. Not always, but usually. And again, if it's done properly, you should only need to do a full highlight once a year or maybe even twice depending on what you're going for. It can be a bit of an investment, but remember that quality hair color is worth it. And with that being said, you gotta choose a stylist who understands your hair, your vision, and someone who prioritizes your hair health. Because ultimately, that's the most important thing. You want to walk out with hair on your head, not on the ground. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more hair tips, tricks, and advice. Let me know in the comments what kind of hair transformations you want to see next. And until next time, stay sexy and keep that hair on your head.